Crashgate was a sporting scandal that erupted after the Renault Formula 1 driver Nelson Piquet Jr. purposely crashed during the 2008 Singapore Grand Prix to give his Renault teammate Fernando Alonso a strategic advantage. I'm Luke Trigger, and today we're looking back at Crashgate. The 2008 Singapore Grand Prix. On the 14th lap of the Singapore race on September 28, 2008, Piquet's Renault R28 crashed into the wall at turn 17, forcing the deployment of the safety car. Alonso had previously made an early pit stop, and as other cars pitted under the safety car conditions, he was promoted to race lead. After starting 15th on the grid, Alonso went on to win the race. Piquet described his collision as a simple mistake at the time. Piquet spun during the warm-up lap at the same corner he would later crash out, but was able to continue. On lap 12, Alonso was the first driver to make a routine pit stop for fuel and tyres after the race started, rejoining the race near the rear of the field. He had started the race with light fuel load in order to pass the cars ahead of him. Most drivers who qualified in low positions did the opposite and went for heavier fuel loads in order to make one less pit stop, as they do not want to waste a light car and an extra pit stop for a faster car stuck behind slower vehicles. Nelson Piquet Jr. crashed into the circuit wall at turn 17, one of the few turns on the track without a crane, prompting the deployment of the safety car. In 2008, safety car regulations mandated that the pit lane be closed until all vehicles were grouped behind the safety car. As a result, the lead car's advantage would be erased before they could pit, and once they did, they would re-enter the race at the tail end of the field. Alonso earned a significant advantage by pitting shortly before the safety car was deployed. Most of the leading cars ended up behind Alonso, as well as several slower drivers who proved tough to pass on the short track. Those ahead of Alonso were running low on fuel, and while they were able to draw away, they still had to pit. Alonso went on to win the race after regaining the lead in the closing part of the race. Piquet Jr. leaves Renault. Piquet claimed that after being dropped by the Renault team during the 2009 Hungarian Grand Prix, he was asked by the team to purposely crash to improve the race situation for Alonso, prompting the FIA to investigate Renault Formula 1 for race fixing. Renault F1 was accused of conspiring on September 4, 2009, following an investigation, and was due to face the charge on September 21, 2009. On September 16th, Renault stated they would not contest the charges and announced that the team's managing director, Flavio Briatore, and its executive director of engineering, Pat Symonds, had left the team. On September 21st, it was reported that the Renault Formula 1 team had been disqualified from the sport. The disqualification was put on hold for 2 years, pending any similar rule violations. Briatore received an indefinite suspension from all Formula 1 and FIA-sanctioned events, while Symonds received a 5-year ban. Their bans were eventually overturned by a French court, but as part of a later settlement with the governing organisation, they both agreed not to work in Formula 1 or FIA-sanctioned events for a specific period of time. Were you familiar with Crashgate? Do you think Alonso should have been penalised for the wrongdoing of his team? Let us know down in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more F1 content. Thanks for watching, and ta-ra!